What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Now, today we're going to be taking a quick look at Solana and seeing what its price is doing, of course, as a result of this recent crazy price movement within the market. So with that said, let's not waste any more time at all, and let's get straight into the video. Now, looking at Solana here, what we can see is that you and I have been speaking a lot about this $160 level and the fact that Solana needs to hold support here. I said, look, if Solana's price over the next few weeks is going to be able to reach $210, $240, $250, we need to see $160 hold support as we were coming back to back test it. And I said that if its price is unable to hold support here, you need to be aware that a possible move down to $140 would happen, very possibly happen, and I would explain to you why that would possibly happen if we start losing support. And what we can see here is that Solana seems as if it's on track to start losing support here. Now, do keep in mind, I wouldn't consider support lost completely until probably like Sunday night or Monday morning, okay? Because you don't really want to base too much off of what happens on the weekend, because weekends can be crazy, and sometimes, Saturday looks like this, Sunday looks like this, Monday opens, and then we shoot back up to the upside. So over the next few days, just watch very closely to see what happens with 160. Obviously, if we fall to 153, support is lost, right? If we reclaim the bottom side of this wick, support is lost. But if we're kind of just hovering here for the weekend, wait till Monday to see what its price does. But if support is lost here, I want to talk a little bit about why you should be looking at a possible fall up to $140 to $138 or so roughly, and that is primarily as a result of what's happening with our Fibonacci. So what you need to pay attention to is the fact that from our swing low, which is what the low we put in back here around $116, to the high that we put in at $188, we have now created a Fibonacci retracement zone between $140 and $128. And as Solana's price is now starting to venture back towards the downside, if you look in this little zone in between right here, boom, and right here, boom, this little range, and you know what, let me just make a little bit of a box just so you know exactly what I'm talking about. This range. Okay, what you'll come to realize is there's not a ton of liquidity here, right? There's not a ton of resistance zones. There's not a ton of support zones. We go straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight up, right? We just go straight through this thing. And oftentimes that does entail that there's a lacking of liquidity within this general zone. Now, what you do need to know is there is $150 that is sitting right here that could act as some type of support. But realistically, there's not a lot here. And what's worrying about that, or short-term worrying, micro worrying, is the fact that if that is the case, and if Solana's price does venture into this zone, then knowing that such a strong point of support, a strong magnet of a zone is sitting at $140, it wouldn't be hard for Solana's price to get dragged down into that level. And that may not look like a lot, but realistically, that is a pullback of 12%. And of course, none of us want to see our bags fall 12%. And so what I am preparing for mentally is that under the circumstance and situation that Solana does lose $160, there's a fairly decent sized chance that we see a pull all the way back down to the mid to low $140 range. Now, personally speaking, I would be accumulating there, right? Personally speaking, I would be buying some more Solana between 125 and 140 bucks, because I do think that this zone of support has a decent sized chance of holding and pushing Solana's price back to the upside. I think there's a decent chance there, but overall there is no guarantee. That's quite only just speculation. But at the end of the day, I've been speculating on Solana for the last 3 to 4 years, and it's been paying out extremely well. And so my general thesis right now is that if support does continue to fail to hold, I definitely am starting to expect and prepare for a move down to 145 to 140 bucks, at which point I will be accumulating. Now, say I'm wrong and it goes to 150 and bounces back to the upside, okay, I don't really care. That's a good thing. That's not a big deal at all. But if I am right, I will be doing again some averaging in and a little bit of buying towards the lower side of this range, again around 140 bucks. So I just wanted to make sure that you're understanding of why this is a possibility, the fact that there's a lacking of liquidity here and a shit ton of support right here that will act as a magnet that Solana is probably going to have to interact with and maybe even get pulled down towards. So you just need to be prepared that that is a possibility. So if it does happen, doesn't freak you out, just make sure you're prepared. There's nothing to worry about. So with that in mind, just a quick simple Solana update for the day. If you guys do enjoy these quick snappy updates, make sure you let me know by liking this video so more people see it, subscribing so you never miss another video, and of course tuning into the next one. But I hope you guys have an amazing weekend, and I can't wait to see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.